अनन्तं विभुं निर्विकल्पं निरीहं शिवं सङ्गहीनं यदोङ्कारगम्यं निराकारमत्युज्ज्वलं मृत्युहीनं परं ब्रह्म नित्यं तदेवाहमस्मि. Hari. That's it. Actually, whenever these special days come, like Guru Purnima, Buddha Purnima, or Buddha's enlightenment, like that, Guru Purnima is also on Guru Purnima day. Vyasadeva started writing Brahma Sutra, then Mahabharata. So many are there. They are all. When we think about it, it gives us a feeling of blessedness, and that is the benefit of it. Our benefit depends on the feeling of blessedness. Suppose somebody is staying in the company of a knower. Unless he or she feels blessed about the company, the benefit will not be there. When we feel that we are with a knower who is this, that and all, about some idea about that, and we value it, this is the evaluation of that. When we value, give proper value, as much value we give, so much will be the benefit. So this blessedness is very important. Whenever these festivals and other, not festivals, this kind of days, they remind us of the knowledge which has been there in our country for ageless, from prehistoric times. Nobody knows how far back. So this is coming down to us by all the people who did their sadhana and realized it. This should give us a feeling of blessedness. We will chant from 30th verse of 3rd chapter. I have explained it yesterday, we will just chant. Mai sarvani karmani sanyasyaadhyatma cetasa nirashir nirmamo bhutva yudhyasva vigatajvaraha. Yesterday I explained in detail this, how is this surrender done with the Adhyatma Cetasa. What is the meaning of Adhyatma? What is the meaning of Adhyatma Cetasa? Everything I explained yesterday. Now this Sanyasya means offering everything, surrendering, you can say. Samarpana Buddhi, surrender. This is the most important word in spirituality. Even in, I said earlier also, the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, it starts with what is yoga, how to attain it, etc. Then it goes on to discuss what are the different kinds of vritti. Vritti means whatever formations take place in the consciousness, they are vritti. Any thought, any emotion, all those are vrittis. So what are the different kinds of vrittis? Klishta vritti, aklishta vritti. Klishta vritti and aklishta vritti, I will try to explain these things also. They are very suggestive. Explaining everything, more or less, after going to the 23rd sutra, he is saying, Ishvara pranidhanatva. Pranidhana means samarpana, means surrender. Ishvara pranidhanatva. That means you do pursue whatever they have said up to the 22nd verse, defining everything this way, that way, this vritti has to be removed, you have to think in this manner, that manner. Saying that, he is saying, or you simply surrender to the Lord. But the problem is we are not able to surrender, and we don't know what is surrendered. That becomes the problem. Otherwise it is Ishvara pranidhanadva. Because again in, I think it is 45th sutra, after discussing samadhi, how to attain it, what are the different kinds of samadhi, savikalpa samadhi, nirvikalpa samadhi, all those things, he says that samadhi siddhir ishvara pranidhanat. Samadhi siddhir, siddhi, ishvara pranidhanat. That means, siddhi means success in attaining samadhi is through Ishvara Pranidhana. That means through surrender. Why? Because I am saying repeatedly that this, our tendency to look for something different from me, that is the ultimate, that is the first and the last hindrance we have in this sadhana. On the path of yoga, yoga means that we have created an artificial image of us, the personality, small personality. That has to get fused in the universal real identity. That is called yoga. So in this path, the repeated hindrance comes from we are given to that smallness and then look for something for our fulfillment, something for our enjoyment that is different from me. So that effort is making us small. Even when we are looking for self-realization or samadhi, we are looking for something different from me. This tendency to look for something else, this becomes the hindrance at that point. Although that was the support first. Otherwise, everything else will not be able to reject. That eagerness to realize will take away everything else. But later on, that itself becomes the hindrance. This tendency to see something different from me. When we surrender, then what happens? This tendency is treated. No more I don't know anything. I don't want to have samadhi. I don't know where lies my auspicious goal. Let Lord or Guru or the mantra, whatever, let Lord take me wherever He wants. That means I am not looking for anything at all. So the consciousness becomes absolutely free. When you are able to do it, the consciousness is not becoming small and looking for a second where it gets engaged and try to reveal that. That's a dual process. The non-dual realization will come only when we have left everything. The whole world is forgotten. Mind you, when we forget the whole world, we have to forget our personality also. Otherwise, the whole world is not forgotten. You will forget the whole world and think that I am there, I have forgotten the whole world. It cannot happen. You are part of the world. So when you forget the whole world, means everything is forgotten. Then the consciousness does not have anything more to reveal. It is not getting engaged in revealing anything. It is not taking the shape of the microphone. It is not taking the shape of a thought, good thought, bad thought. No shape it is taking. Then it reveals itself. So he says, Samadhi Siddhir Ishvara Pranidhana. There also the surrender comes. The surrender means surrendering all effort. As the other day I spoke from Kathopanishad. Yada panchavatishthante jnanani manasasa buddhishtana vicheshtati tamahu paramam gatim. That all the faculties are still. They are not functioning, but they are not asleep. Even the buddhi is not having any effort to analyze or know what is happening, what has happened, is this samadhi or not. No effort at absolute effortlessness. That is the supreme state. But that is also a state, that is not the knowledge. So he says that by getting connected to your real soul, the inner real identity, Adhyatma Chetasa, you surrender everything to me. I said, I am reminding again, when Krishna is saying Mai, that is you surrender to me, it has two meanings. You can, the Arjuna could have surrendered to Krishna as his guru. That is one way, easier way, provided he has that kind of a guru bhakti. Otherwise, it is when Krishna is saying Mai, means he has already identified himself with the universal self. It is, for Krishna it is not different. For everybody it is the same. So it is equally, you can surrender to your own real identity. That is from where the Viveka Buddhi is coming. So you surrender to your own real identity. Both are meaning the same. In the first, there is still the duality with which, with your bhakti, you have to overcome that. In the second, you are overcoming the duality by getting into the self. Then 31st verse. Ye me matamidam nityam anutishtanti manavaha shraddhavanto anasuyanto muchyante tepi karmabhihi ye me matamidam nityam anutishtanti manavaha shraddhavanto anasuyanto mucyante tepi karmabhihi. Now here he says that ye manavaha shraddhavantaha anasuyantaha me idam matam nityam anutishtanti te api karmabhihi mucyante. That means those who are here, some words are there which we have to focus on. He says that those who follow my instructions, whatever instructions we have given, with Shraddha and without Asuya, these are the two words, I will explain. With Shraddha and without Asuya, they can get over the bondage created by the karma. That usually whatever karma we are doing with a desire motivation, that creates the bondage. That bondage they can overcome, they can outlive that bondage if they follow my instructions in Bhagavad Gita, whatever instructions they have given so far, or in this chapter, whatever instruction he is giving. Now this you will find again and again in various places of Bhagavad Gita. This Shraddha word is given lot of importance. It appears in 4th chapter, 17th chapter, 18th chapter. 17th chapter is called, the name of 17th chapter is Shraddha Traya Vibhaga Yoga. That is 3 kinds of Shraddha, Sattviki, Rajasiki and Tamasiki. And that the whole chapter is on that. In the, I think it is in the 17th chapter, 3rd verse. That is, he is saying, let us see, that 17th chapter, 3rd verse. He says, Sattvanurupa sarvasya Shraddha bhavati bharata Shraddha mayoyam purusho Yoyat shraddha saeva saha. See, he says that according to the constitution of the being, here sattva means of which we are constituted, the elements of our being, we will have the shraddha. Now shraddha generally in our languages etc. we use for respect, attention etc. Actually I would like to use the shraddha, there is no English translation, there is no exact translation in English. So shraddha is better to use as shraddha. And you will know, the first day I had discussed the sadhana chatushtaya, that is the main 4-fold sadhana in the spiritual pursuit. There shraddha appears as the 6-fold internal wealth there. That is viveka, vairagya, shamadamadi, shatka sampattihi, mumuksha. These are the 4-fold. Of which this shamadamadi, shatka sampattihi, the 6-fold wealth. In spirituality always the wealth will be inner wealth, not outer wealth. So they are Shama, Dama, Titiksha, Uparati, Shraddha, Samadhana. There Shraddha comes at the 5th stage because of its importance and maturity. This Shraddha is actually, if you analyze properly, the best translation will be the value you attach to anything. That will cover up everything. Suppose you value something as supreme, naturally you will be very attentive to it, you will have great respect and attention towards it. Is it not? Suppose somebody values money as the supreme in life, his mind will always be on money. Suppose somebody values fame as supreme in life, he will always think how to become famous. Somebody loves power and his shraddha is for, his mind is after, he values power. He will like to have power in social life or wherever. So whatever we value most, we are fully attentive to that. So in spirituality the shraddha has to be for, shraddha is defined as Shastreshu Guru Vakyeshu Bhakti Shraddha Nigadyate. Shastreshu Guru Vakyeshu Bhakti Shraddha Nigadyate. In Vedanta, Shraddha is called the Bhakti. And again, Bhakti. What is Bhakti? It is an intense dedication to it. So the intense dedication towards the Shastra Vakya, whatever has been spoken of in the scriptures, and whatever has been instructed by the Guru, both will be same generally. Guru will interpret the Shastras, otherwise we might be misled by the Shastras also, not understanding its instructions. So, in the Shastra, words of Shastra and the instructions given by the Guru, when we have intense dedication, that means the Bhakti. When we have the Bhakti, that is called the Shraddha. That means here, what is the reason that it is called Shraddha in Vedanta? Because we are always calling, suppose God, forget about Vedantic realization or self-realization. As long as we are religious, we call God as the Supreme. Is it not so? But have we given God the supreme position in life? Generally we give God the last position, like the police and others. No? When we are in difficulty, we call God. Otherwise we don't call God. Is it not so? Kya doubt hai? It's like police and military. When we are in trouble, we will call God. So we don't give God the supreme position. Otherwise anything else comes in. Some marriage, some examination or a new job. Those are always getting higher importance in our life. Our Shraddha is for that. That is why the puja or japa or whatever the Guru has said to practice that is given the last importance. If doing everything I have time, तो 5 मिनट बैठ लेते हैं, नहीं तो नहीं हो पाता है. पहले तो स्वामी जी जब दीक्षा दिए थे आधा घंटा बैठते थे. स्वामी जी बताए हैं 1 घंटा, लेकिन उसको हम काट के आधा घंटा कर लेते हैं हमेशा. तो आधा घंटा बैठते थे. अभी तो जिस दिन समय होता है 15 मिनट बैठ लेते हैं, कर लेते. बाकी हम चलते फिरते कर लेते हैं, चलते चलते कर लेते हैं. दैट इज वाइल एक्टिंग आई एम डूइंग द जापा. स्वामी जी बोले हैं ना इंटरेक्शन साधना, तो इंटरेक्शनल साधना करते हैं. इंटरेक्शन ही होता है, इंटरेक्शनल साधना नहीं होता है. वी कॉल इट इंटरेक्शनल साधना. एक्चुअली वी आर फुल्ली इन्वॉल्व इन द इंटरेक्शंस. इंटरेक्शन के समय थोड़ी आपको याद रहता है कि नहीं उनके प्रति खराब नहीं सोचना चाहिए, इनके प्रति क्लिंग नहीं करना चाहिए, राग-द्वेषा दूर करना चाहिए, थोड़ी याद रहता है. तो उनको क्यों आप इंटरेक्शनल साधना बोलते हैं? वो तो सिर्फ इंटरेक्शन ही है और कुछ नहीं है. एक है कि बैठने में मेडिटेशन में मन नहीं लगता है, क्योंकि मन इधर उधर भागता है. स्वामी जी क्या करेंगे? दिन भर अगर मन इधर उधर आप जोर करके भगाते हैं तो वो मेडिटेशन में बैठने से वो भागेगा नहीं, भागेगा नहीं. Throughout the day we have been calling this, calling that unnecessarily. The person who does not exist also we will call his thoughts and condemn him, blame him, everything. Throughout the day we will go on doing all this. So when we are sitting in meditation, that's the free time. I am not involved in any work at all. Will not all the thoughts come? They will say that how can you tell us to go away? Throughout the day you have invited us, and now we are sitting quietly. This is the time I can invade you. I can not disturb. I can follow your invitation. Throughout the day you have invited. Suddenly after the invitation you cannot say you go away. You have to feed me. So the Guru's instruction or the Ishvara takes the last position in life. But Shraddha means giving the supreme position in life. Until we do it, we will not be the real sadhak. For everything, he has to be given the supreme position. When we value this goal as supreme, then only we will give supreme position. Unless you value it as supreme, how can you give it supreme position? You will not give. So Shraddha, when you have Shraddha, means to give this pursuit the supreme position in life. That is why he says Shraddhavantaha, one who has the Shraddha. I don't know why Krishna always adds that Anasuyantaha with that. You will find that in 18th chapter, in 17th chapter. Whenever he is speaking about Shraddhavantaha or Shraddha, he is adding Anasuya or Asuya. That means Asuya means finding fault in good things. Paraguneshu doshaha avishkaranam. It is defined like this. Asuya, Asuya, there are some ladies whose name is Anasuya. It is common in Bengali. Asuya means paraguneshu doshavishkaranam. Doshaha avishkaranam. That means in somebody else's guna also, good things also, we will find some fault in that. That is called asuya. Somebody has risen to a higher level also. He has risen, but you don't know, he was oiling the boss and all. Something we will say. Or somebody is very good. Suppose I say that, that person is very good. He is very good, but he is very rough in his behavior. Something or other we will say. This is the asuya. We are not able to be happy with the others' gunas. When we see a quality, we should be happy. He may have other defects also, but at least seeing some quality, we should feel delighted about it. This is the blessedness we want. By feeling delighted, who is gaining? He is not gaining anything. I am gaining. Because if I appreciate that quality, seeing the quality anywhere, I would feel happy, delighted. And by that, the quality will grow in me also. That is the real love for the quality. Otherwise, when we are finding out some good quality in somebody, it is actually the raga or clinging towards the person. And some quality in him I am praising. I am really not loving the quality. When we love the quality, anywhere we see it in the enemy also, we will appreciate it and we will be happy finding that quality in him. समझते हैं? That is the real love for quality. And when we love the quality, that quality will automatically adorn us. We will be imbibing that quality automatically. So this asuya, he has tagged with this. That is, those who are doing ninda or finding fault in these words, whatever Krishna is suggesting, the instructions, if they are not finding fault in his instructions, then they outlive, they get freed from the bondage of karma, bondage created by karma. Now, why he is saying? Because this asuya is very common in Guru-Shishya relationship also. It is not exactly paraguneshu dosha avishkaranam. It is when the Guru is telling you something for your good, you are finding fault in that. In that sense, asuya. Do you understand? We don't have faith in the Guru's mangalecha. Mangalecha means that the Guru will want only auspicious development for the disciple. He doesn't have any other vested interest, nothing. Because he has understood the greatness of this freedom, the beauty of this freedom. See, he wants everybody to get this freedom. So when somebody comes as a disciple, the only thing Guru wants him is to progress in the path and as much possible of this spiritual blessings should imbibe to him. This is his intention. So if the Shishya is not fit for receiving, generally they are not fit initially, so the Guru has to make their receptacle fit, that the adhara, the being of the Shishya, mind, intelligence of the Shishya, fit to receive this knowledge. Without that, how can he give it? He cannot give it. So his only intention is the welfare of the disciple. But the Shishyas will not have the faith in that. They will think that, he is again and again criticizing me. Always either salt is more or other salt is less. Or something or other, everywhere. When some correction is given, he is partial. He is always, that devotee did the wrong and he is scolding me. Or we will say that, क्यों वो ऐसे बोल रहे हैं, कोई जाके चुगली खाया है. These are the standard words we hear. कोई जाके चुगली खाए. अरे गुरु के बताने के लिए चुगली खाने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है, वो आपको देख के ही पता चलता है. लेकिन what happens is that when you are pointing out, suppose somebody has really कोई चुगली खाया है, somebody has reported, what happens is that then he will understand, he can put it in place that why his face is looking gloomy, why his face is not cheerful, why he was looking like that, what is the stealth in his character, what are the wrong points in his character. If the instance is given, he will be able to relate to it. Suppose he finds that the reporting is not matching with his idea of the person, he will not tell him anything. We say often, suppose A and B are there. Suppose A has done the mistake, B has not done, but Guru will scold B. Because A doesn't need the scolding. He understands that might be A might have done the mistake, but he doesn't need the scolding. B needs the scolding, although he has not done in this case. That is why they say that you should not criticize whatever the Guru says, you should simply take it. Because you will not be able to judge his comprehensive, his natural, the svabhava, that sahaja, actions and reactions. You will not be able to judge ever. So you have to understand it, his level, and why he is speaking, that he has no other intention than welfare. So with that, whatever he is doing. But we assign various wrong, we malign his words. We will impute wrong intentions in him. That he is partial, or he is only scolding me, or he is doing this, he is doing that. There are so many stories about it also. But Guru, to give something, he has to make the disciple fit. One saint was there, very great saint. He had a very big businessman disciple also. He was repeatedly asking him that for initiation, Diksha ke liye pooch rahe the. So he was saying, I will give, but years were passing, he was not giving. He was insisting again and again and again. The Guru would not say, let the time come, we will give. Then the Shishya started feeling bad about it, that the Guru is partial, he is giving initiation to so many other people, those who have arrived today, him also he has initiated, and to me he is not giving. These are all facts also in our areas also. Some people will be able to identify. So all these things are true. So seeing all that, he was getting a little, so one day he said that, okay, when you will give, we don't know, but at least you accept my invitation one day, I would like to feed you, because my wife also would like to serve you. सेवा करने की मौका दीजिए, आइए आप, हम कुछ आपको सेवा करना चाहते हैं, खिला के सेवा करना चाहते हैं. The Guru got it an opportunity. So what he did, he went with his brahmacharin disciple, and before going, went with his, now generally the sannyasins will move with their own kharpara and kamandalu. That means in which they will take food, that is the लौकी का जो ये बनता है ना, खरपर बोलते हैं उसमें, और कमंडलू में पानी, ये साथ में ही जाता है, साथ साथ लेके जाते हैं. हम लोग नहीं जाते हैं, हम लोगों का प्लेट यहाँ है लेकिन लेके जाना चाहिए. तो he went with that, and the man had given all that. Generally the rich businessmen, they will put silver thali, there will be 24 chota katori, silver katori, all the kinds will be served there and all. The Guru, the saint sat there and then asked the brahmacharin that you take my kharpar and smear clay on it. Go out, have some water and put earth and smear clay on it and bring it back. So he did it and brought it back. So when Guru's wife, the disciple, not disciple, the devotee and his wife started bringing the article and wanted to serve, he said, "Na, you please serve in my kharpara." That this is it. Because we take only in this. No, Maharaj, ये सब प्लेट नया आपके लिए खरीदे हैं, they are all new, they are all silver plates, we will serve there, why don't you take that? No, you serve on my kharpara. And he said, but how can we serve there? Just now you have asked your brahmacharin to smear earth on it. It is all dirty. How can he serve in it? So what, you can serve in it. 2-3 बार ऐसे ही बोले. Then the devotee said that, महाराज आज सुबह से उठ के हमारी पत्नी कितने प्रयास करके आपके लिए ये सब बनाए हैं, ये अगर उसमें डालेंगे तो उसका टेस्ट पूरा खराब हो जाएगा मिट्टी के साथ मिलके. See how egoistic we are. We are not worried about what he is taking, but more worried about my patni has made and that taste will be spoiled. So, repeatedly 2-3 times he said, then he said that, okay, you have understood, na, that it is a very, you have, both of you have marketed and prepared with lot of care and love, and it's a very precious thing that you are going to serve. So it cannot be served in a dirty vessel. This is the reason I am waiting for Diksha also. That when the Diksha, you have worked only for one day. What I am carrying, I have worked throughout my life, maybe 50 years, 60 years of life, whatever I have got as the best in my life, that is my sadhana. And I am going to give you that, a bit of that to you as Diksha, as initiation. Can I give it in a dirty vessel which has not been clean? समझे क्या? अच्छा है? याद रखना चाहिए. So this, I said this regarding anasuya, that so this shraddhavanto anasuyanto antaha actually, that is very important here. That those who are nityam anutishtanti, those who are regularly always pursuing the instructions given by me, but they will be able to pursue it only when they are having the shraddha and they are not having asuya. Otherwise, they will not be able to practice. Many disciples may say that, Swamiji, whatever you have said, I am practicing. No. Until you have the shraddha, value for it, and you are not having any asuya, that you don't find out fault in the instructions, in his instructions, you will not be able to pursue it properly. The instructions will not be followed properly. Do you get that meaning? Huh? 17.3. There he is saying, Shraddha mayoyam purushaha yo yat shraddha sa eva saha. That is, a human being is embodiment of his shraddha. Because you may look different from outside, you may look this way, you may look that way. But what you are actually is your mind, is it not so? The real personality is your mind, your emotions. So that will be decided by what you are valuing most. As your shraddha is, so you will be. So he says here, the statement is as if a person is an embodiment of shraddha, whatever he is valuing most. It's a very great statement we often quote. Yo yat shraddha sa eva saha. Whatever is our shraddha towards, we become that. We are embodiment of the shraddha. Ye tve tadabhyasuyanto. Next verse, 32 of 3rd chapter. Ye tu etad abhyasuyantaha. Antaha, the visarga gets dropped, it becomes okara. Ye tve tad abhyasuyanto nanutishtanti me matam sarvajnana vimudham stan viddhi nashtana chetasaha. It is just the reverse of the previous verse. That is, those who out of asuya, that is finding fault in my instructions, that this is not the right thing, this, that and all, those who are not following these instructions, they are sarvajnana vimudha. They will never get the pure knowledge. They will always remain deluded. That is what happens. Those who find fault in Guru's instructions, you will find that they are not able to grasp the knowledge, receive the knowledge properly. Always it will get tarnished. Sarvarthan viparitamscha buddhissa parthatamasi. Whatever the Guru says, they will take in a different meaning. Sarvajnana vimudham stan. Whatever knowledge is given, they will remain deluded. It will not work in them. Viddhi nashtan achetasaha. Such he is calling them achetasa. They are not connected to their real identity, their soul. Such people, their life becomes useless. Like we have the Upanishadic statement, Yadi chet avedid atha satyam asti nachediha vedin mahati vinashtihi bhuteshu bhuteshu vichitya dhiraha asman lokan pretya amrito bhavati. Iha ched avedit atha satyam asti. Iha means in this life, on this earth, not going to the heaven or to the other world after the body falls. Here itself, in this life. Chet, if. In this life, avedit, we come to know the truth. Atha satyam asti. Then the life becomes truthful. The life becomes fulfilled. Nachediha vedin mahati vinashtihi. If we are not able to know in this life, here itself, on this earth, then colossal is the loss. But we will never know how colossal is the loss, so it is okay. But if we come to know, then we will know that how colossal is the loss. For nothing we are suffering. For nothing we are making a wry face. For nothing we are quarreling and blaming and whatnot. The mind will become like space, or even lighter than that perhaps. Everything will come and go, nothing will touch. No tension, no stress. Tension, physical and mental, will be there. If you do some work, that kind of will be there. But it will not bind you. You will bear it. You will bear it cheerfully. Whatever tension, stresses are there, there won't be any problem in bearing them. So, Viddhi nashtan achetasaha. That is why he is saying that their life is spoiled. Now comes 33rd verse. This is sort of a conclusion. When he makes such statements, this is sort of, generally they come at the end of the chapter, but here it is not so. It is an end of a section. 33rd verse. Sadrisham cheshtate swasyaha prakriter jnanavanapi prakritim yanti bhutani nigrahah kim karishyati sadrisham cheshtate swasyaha prakriter jnanavanapi. He says jnanavan api, even the knowers, not only the ignorant people, but even the jnanavan, the knowers. Jnanavan api swasyaha prakritehe sadrisham cheshtate. Even the knowers also, whatever they do, it is following their own nature. Swasyaha prakritehe sadrisham. That is, according to their gunas, they do whatever to be done. Bhutani prakritim yanti nigraha kim karishyati. The beings are following prakriti. You should not try to force anything, forcefully do anything which is not following the prakriti. To say that, he is saying even the knowers also following their prakriti. This verse is often taken as a different meaning, that means wrong meaning, that it means there is no role for self-effort or self-will. That even the knowers also bound by the prakriti. The bhutani, all the beings are bound by their prakriti. Then where is the question of any sadhana? Then the Shastras would not have been written. The purpose of the Shastras is to transform your being. So if everything is prakriti, I am doing something nonsense also following my prakriti, where is the harm? Because Bhagavad Gita says, that is not the meaning. He says that, the other day also I said something called svabhava, swakarma, swadharma. That is, even a knower, he has a constituent, he has a personality which is constituted of certain qualities. no two knowers will be the same. The other day I took the example of Ramakrishna Dev and Vivekananda. You can take any number of examples. All knowers are different in their activity, in their thought, in their expression, in their interpretation, also in their writing. They will be presenting in their own manner. It is because of their own samskara and whatever they have grown through, how much their intelligence is given to this kind of thinking, that kind of, so many things are there. Each knower is having a different personality. He follows that, according to that, whatever is the need of the society or circumstances, according to that he is doing, following his prakriti. So suppose a Kshatriya knower like Janaka Raja or Rama or so, they are ruling the kingdom, they are killing people also. With the knowledge, there is no problem. They are not coming away from their prakriti by that. Everybody is following his prakriti. But it does not mean that the self-effort has no role at all. That is why immediately after that they have given the 34th verse. What is that? Indriyasya indriyasyarthe Raga-Dveshau vyavasthitau tayorna vashamagachet tau hyasya paripanthinau. He is saying indriyasya arthe Raga-Dveshau vyavasthitau. Vyavasthitau means it has been ordained by nature, it has been ordained by creation. Indriyasya arthe. Artha means with which our indriyas react, interact. That means the object of the sense organs. That is the indriya, the artha for the indriya. So for each indriya, for the different artha, it is different object it is interacting with, there is always Raga-Dvesha. Suppose the light is very bright, will your eyes be able to take it? It will not be able to take it. Suppose it is very salty, your tongue will not be able to take it. So this Raga-Dvesha for the indriyas will be there. Raga-Dvesha means something it will like, something it will dislike, and it will not be common to all also. Some people will like rasgulla, some people will like salty something, chop, cutlet, etc. It is all different. He says that Raga-Dveshau vyavasthitau, you cannot do anything about it. It has been done by nature. But your self-effort and your responsibility comes in the second line. Tayoho na vasham agachet. Tayoho na vasham agachet. That means don't become slave to the Raga-Dvesha of the indriya. It will always be there, but your purpose is to remain with your mastery, that when it is not something you like, you should have the tolerance to accept it. When you have to face something you dislike, you should not hate it. If it has to be done, you should be able to do it. That is, you are not slave to the circumstances, situations, or you are not slave to the Raga-Dvesha of the indriyas. That is, your mind should not have the hatefulness for what the indriya does not like and clinging towards what the indriyas like. Indriyas will like something and dislike something, but your mind should not be under the slavery of that. Tayohna vashamagachet. So the whole purpose of sadhana is actually to get rid of this Raga-Dvesha, to win over the slavery of our slavery to the world situation and world objects. We are slave to the world objects. That is why whenever something is going wrong, little wrong, we lose our self-seatedness. We get annoyed. Or somebody is speaking some abusive word. Immediately we lose our self-seatedness, start abusing him. And he is abusing, for what reason you go into it? Find out. If it is true, you correct and thank him. Give him some money also if necessary. If it is not right, it is his business. Why are you worrying about it? That Buddha example is that I have said so many times, Buddha's case, that he became very famous in his time. So the Tantrikas and others, they were very jealous of him. So what happened is that one day Buddha was sitting under the tree or somewhere in the cave or under the tree. A Tantrika came and started abusing him left and right. उनको गाली देना शुरू किया। बुद्धा बैठे हुए थे, वहाँ आके वो एक तांत्रिक आके उनको गाली देना शुरू किया, गाली देना शुरू किया। बुद्ध बैठे रहे, कितना पता नहीं, 5 मिनट 10 मिनट गाली दिए बहुत। तो उसके बाद वो तांत्रिक और भी गुस्सा हो गए। द पर्सन हु वॉज अब्यूजिंग हिम, he got all the more agitated. Oh, you have become so big that you don't care me as even a human being. I am abusing him for such a long time. You don't pay any heed to that at all. He got all the more agitated. Then Buddha says that dadatu dadatu gali gali mantaha bhavantaha. There is a shloka. That it is known as Bhartrihari's shloka also, but in the Buddha story also it is there. That you are giving gali because you have stock of gali. I don't have any stock of gali. How can I give you back? In this life, one can give whatever he has. If you go to a rich person, he can give you money because he has money. You are giving me gali because you have gali, but I don't have gali to give you in return. What can I do? So, can we not take this attitude when, why are we immediately getting agitated and giving in return, getting more agitated and giving abuse in return? Maybe something is wrong. Then Bhartrihari goes one more step. He says that in this further, in this world it is very difficult to please anybody. After this dadatu gali, in this world it is very difficult to please anybody. If by giving me abuses, if you are happy, I have not done anything for that, but I have made you happy. I am more blissful, but double blessed. That what you are saying, I have nothing to do with it. But by giving me abuses, if you are happy, then I have made you happy without doing anything for you. Even doing also, we cannot make people happy. Our Vidyasagar used to say, if somebody is abusing, he used to say that, I have never given him any money or anything. Why is he abusing me? That means if you do upakara for people, they will speak wrongly about you. So, that is where can you not understand the Buddha's position that he was not slave to the circumstances. The circumstances was abusive, but he could take to it, and if there is any truth, he could have corrected. If there is no, he will be worried perhaps that why this man does not do anything every day. Today he might be agitated for some reason. We can even be sympathetic and ask him also, why are you today behaving like this? You have never abused me. Has anything gone wrong in your home? Have you fought with your wife or anything? That he is taking the return coming here on me. You can inquire about it also, compassionately. So this is what is meant by tayohuna vasham agachet. We should not become slave to the indriyas artha. That means the objects and the objective situation. That is the work of sadhana. Sadhana means to win over this slavery and become master of ourselves. So in the previous verse and this verse, because in the previous verse one may think that then there is no point of self-effort. Actually what he has said there is not that they have denied the self-effort. They are saying that artificially you should not force something which is not harmonious with your trait. Somebody is good in say humanities. Now up to 10th class we don't have any much science division and all. Those who get very good marks, they are all taking either science or commerce, even if they don't have the aptitude for science. Just because he has to join as a computer science or something, he has to study. Without science he will not get. Maybe he is a very good artist. We had in MSc, I had a person working in the laboratory, we were partners. That boy was the son of a famous sculptor. You must have heard of him, Kartik Pal, who has made all these murtis of Gandhi, Rabindranath, and famous sculptures in Calcutta and various other places also. He was the son of Kartik Pal. Now, after a few days, he stopped coming. I don't know why, but he came up to MSc. Whether he passed MSc also, I don't remember now. He is a famous person now. So I don't know what he did. But he switched over to his own sculpture. And now he is moving all over the world he has become a famous sculptor now. So with his art, he is moving all over the world. Suppose he had completed his physics MSc and did something, he would have ended up as a teacher in a college or so and not teaching properly anybody. It was not his way. So this is what he is calling nigraha kim karishyati. People interpret it as the nigraha means why are you controlling yourself? It is not that. Why are you forcing that you follow your nature forcefully? Don't try to do anything else. So it is not that you should not apply your self-effort. You apply your purushakara or self-effort according to the svabhava, whatever qualities you have, swadharma. According to that you apply your purushakara. That means the extraneous desires you should keep away from. You should, by applying your purushakara, you should keep away the desires. This is the meaning. Because of desire we do all these things. Nowadays those who are after money, they open school. It is absolutely wrong. Education is to be with the people who love education, not for making money. In many famous colleges run by even spiritual institutions also, to get admitted you have to give 5 lakhs, 7 lakhs without any receipt. It is going on like that. I am telling you the truth, we know. Nobody can catch hold of it when everybody knows. What is it? In education, in our country, education you should never charge. That is why we are not able to take charge for our classes even in USA. They say that without paying we will not come. Many of them are like that. Unless you charge, people will not come to listen. They don't believe in offering and all that. You have to charge, then they will come. Vivekananda used to charge for sometimes to collect money for our establishment of Belur Math and all. But that was a time when he could not go against the current. He was not wearing this also because people will throw stones at him. They had to take to different dress code also, violating the usual dress code. When they come back, they will again change over to this. So education is to be run by the people who love education, who are given to education, who value education, not for people who value money. That is because of the desire for money they are taking to the vidharma, paradharma. It is not their dharma. So everywhere things are going wrong. If people take to swadharma, then the society will run very harmoniously. In every field we will have excellence, as we had in ancient period. We will again excel in all fields, everywhere. Administration also, it is not meant for money. Administration is a great burden. Only people who are ready to take to it, like the ideal Kshatriyas, they are supposed to go for administration. We are people, what can be done? We have to administer our ashram because there is nobody. We are the useless managers, all of us. It is not in our blood, what can we do? But we have to run our ashram, we have to run our, so many workers are there. Altogether I think we have about 20-25 workers working in the ashram. But we are not people who can run anything efficiently. That you will know from our CIRD also. But we are not sitting here, even in our ashram also. You will find that because we cannot be firm, we cannot be forceful. It is in lecture we will be forceful. We will say everything openly. But suppose I have to speak to the person, then I have to be, it is nature, should not be hurt, should not be this way, that way. थोड़ा उसमें coating लगा के बोलो, chocolate लगा के बोलो. So we are not good administrators. Administrators have to be very firm with all their goodness, knowledge, everything, but they have to work with lot of firmness. We are not able to do it. So it is not our swadharma. Forcefully we are running our administration. So he said that these two verses you should know very well, because it is very, very, many places it is misinterpreted often. It is not that he is saying that you should not apply your self-effort and you cannot change. Then there was no question of having any Shastras at all. All Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, Vedas, they are written only because there is a scope for us to change our personality and go to the level of absolute freedom. See, in the bodily level, we have lesser freedom. Even if you struggle hard, you can increase your height by about 1 inch or so, not more than that, 1 inch or 1.5 inch. We are very much restricted. But when we go to the mental level, the restrictions are less there. Lot of things can be done by changing our practices, by reading good things, keeping the company of good people, bringing in noble thoughts, noble ideals, practicing them. The whole mind constitution will change. Whole mind will undergo the change. That is what we do in the sadhana. We change the constitution of the mind by constantly ruminating on the truth. If you go farther down in the intelligence level, the intelligence means to understand. There also we have great freedom. I will say even more than mind, because it is a subtler level. There we have great freedom of purifying the intelligence and understanding. What we don't understand now, we can easily understand it by changing, by practicing. If you go further down or up, whatever you may say, then you reach the soul level. There everybody is absolutely free. In attaining to the soul, everybody is free. Anybody can attain from any level. What action he is doing is not at all of concern with what attitude he is doing, and anybody can change his attitude. It is open before all, but nobody does it. That is different. Further, he emphasizes this point, saying that now here another important in the 33, you should remember that the knowers will not, they will be same in their realization, the knowledge, but in the expression of the knowledge, each will be different depending on his personality and tendencies. That is why this svabhava adhyatma muchyate. The adhyatma or spirituality is called svabhava. There svabhava is two. Yesterday also I said, yesterday or day before. One svabhava is uniform for everybody. That is the true self. We are the one self. The other svabhava is that self when it is expressing through the personality freely, without any hindrance of desire or anything, then that is also called the svabhava. That is our swadharma, swakarma, etc. determined by that. Shreyan swadharmo vigunaha paradharmat swanushthitat swadharme nidhanam shreyaha paradharmo bhayavaha. He is further emphasizing the same point, that Shreyan swadharmaha vigunaha paradharmat swanushthitat. Vigunaha swadharmaha Shreyan. That is, if my swadharma has some negative elements in it, vigunaha, durgunaha, negative elements in there, even then it is better to keep to it than well done paradharma. In another place he has said, sarvarambha hi doshena dhumena agnirivavritaha. No? That as the fire always has a smoke associated, like that whatever you do, there will be some negative elements associated with that also. For example, swadharma vigunaha means, in this case particularly, Arjuna has to fight. He has to kill people. Is it not bad, killing as such when you look at it? Not only that, Arjuna has to kill his own most beloved grandfather and the most respected teacher from whom he has learned the archery. Is it not all vigunaha? All these are very, very sinful apparently. But even if it is needed, he says that swadharma has to be followed. That is, if Arjuna tries to take to sannyasa as he had wanted earlier in this previous chapters, if he takes to that, it will be nigraha kim karishati. That means forcefully coming away from your swadharma and trying to pursue something paradharma, which Arjuna will never be successful. That is very well understood. 13 years he had been thinking of how to punish Duryodhana and how to fight them out. Suddenly he takes up sannyasa. His mind, will he be able to put on this? However much he may try, it would not have been possible. So, the swadharma may often be viguna. Even those who join police, military, special forces, etc., they have this difficulty. The other day I said the police inspector, he left because his son was on the other side in the Naxalite group. It's all full of vigunaha. Not only this, any work we do, in some cases in business, some cases it is even in studies also, there will be some negative elements always. So he says that vigunaha will be there, but you should follow harmoniously whatever qualities you have, following that swadharma, but doing it without the carrot of desire. Do it not for that by doing it I will get this, I will get that, you will get okay, but by that I will become happy. That last point has to be chopped off. You are not going to be happy by gaining anything in the world at all. For happiness you have to leave everything and go. Nothing, you don't have to go anywhere. Be. That's all. Swadharme nidhanam shreyaha paradharmo bhayavaha. Even if you get killed remaining in your swadharma, it is better to keep to it, rather than forcefully taking to something else which is not harmonious with your qualities. So with that he ends, and then Arjuna asks, Arjuna uvacha atha kena prayuktoyam papam charati purushaha anichannapi vašneya baladiva niyojitaha atha kena prayuktoyam papam charati purushaha anichannapi vašneya baladiva niyojitaha. He is asking that if this is so, that everybody is following their sadharma and according to that they are working, then we find that people are given to sinful activities. Can you say that it is following their swadharma and you can excuse that? What can they do? The sinful activity is their swadharma. The same question as people ask, he already asked. That anichannapi vašneya, that he doesn't want, but he is forcefully taken to do the sinful things. Can you approve of it? Is that he has not said, but the question is that can you approve of it then? That they are following their swadharma and doing sinful activities. By what they are forced then? Is it not nature? So he immediately corrects that, well, you can say nature, but you cannot leave your responsibility there. It is kama and krodha of nature which is creating that. And your responsibility is to get over that kama and krodha. So the responsibility is in you not to be slave to your kama and krodha. The same thing earlier shloka, that is again reinforced here. Shri Bhagavan uvacha kama esha krodha esha rajo guna samudbhavaha mahashano mahapapma vidyena miha vairinam. He said that rajoguna samudbhavaha mahashanaha mahapapma eshaha kamaha eshaha krodhaha iha enam vairinam vidhi. He said that kama and krodha. Now this krodha, it is there, but it need not be said, because krodha comes from kama. That he has already said in second chapter. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu upajayate sangat sanjayate kamaha kamat krodho vijayate. Krodha is an offshoot of kama. That means when you want to have something and there is a hindrance and you don't know how to solve it, then you become angry. Is it not so? You want your son to become very good, but the fellow is misbehaving and you don't know what to do, how to correct him, how to approach to knowledge and bring a transformation in him. You start slapping the son out of your anger. Not to correct the son so much. When you are beating him in a poised manner only to give him some punishment, that's fine. But most of the cases we beat out of our uncontrolled anger, because we don't know how to correct him. The kama is obstructed. Kama there is working that I want my son to become something. He might be exactly opposite of that. But we want, our desire is that. And we are not able to fulfill that kama, so we get agitated about it. So krodha need not be said actually. Kama esha, kama itself is the shatru, and when kama is obstructed and we don't know what to do, it results in krodha. So he says kama and krodha both are rajoguna samudbhavaha. They are arising from the rajoguna. So to win over what guna you have to cultivate? Sattva guna. That is why he had said here rajoguna samudbhava, so that you can apply your gunatraya vibhaga yoga idea of that and remove, to get rid of kama, what is to be done. That sattva input has to be increased to get over that. Mahashano, that is like great fire, which is always hungry, always thirsty. That you pour ghee into the fire, does it satiate the fire? It burns further, blazes forth further. Like that, if you fulfill your kama more and more, don't think that the kama will go by that. It will go. That tips I had given in the beginning one day. That if you fully understand and realize that this fulfillment of the desire is not going to make me finally fulfilled, but I would like to do to fulfill some of my sense desires or mind or whatever, that much I would like to do. Suppose I want to become famous, there is a tendency to that. Well, a little I will become famous, but never get deluded by becoming famous I will become fulfilled. Then you are gone. You will never become fulfilled. The more fame comes, you will want more and more fame. But if you do it that fame is never going to satisfy me, and then you have a little fame, you will be outliving fame very soon. Whatever little fame comes, you will be able to get over that, outlive it. That is why the Rajas were able to walk off from their throne at the age of 45, 50. Why? They knew that I have to do the Rajya Sasana for the benefit of the society, not for luxury and not for fulfilling my desires. But some desires will be fulfilled in the process. In a palace, the luxury will be there. In Bhagavatam, when Prahlada, Narasimha came and he killed Hiranyakashipu, then he was giving boon to Prahlada. Prahlada did not want any boon at all. He only wanted bhakti in his feet, at his feet or so. But Narasimha finally gave him the boon that you rule the kingdom. Your father has died, you have to sit on the throne, you have to rule the kingdom. With your all bhakti and whatever you have to rule the kingdom. By ruling, rule for 100 years or something, he said. By ruling, what will happen? By bhogaya punyam, that means by the bhoga, enjoyment of the royal palace, royal bounty, all the punya that you have collected, that will be fulfilled. That means punyas will go by the bhoga. When you collect punya means you are becoming fit to have some more enjoyment. That punya will have a result that you will have some enjoyment. By having enjoyment, that punya cavity will be filled. So punyas are gone. Because to get liberated, you have to remove both papa and punya. And by looking after the praja well, looking after their welfare, you will overcome your papa. That is, it is generally said that the human body is born with both papa and punya more or less balanced. If the papa is too much, then you will be born as an animal. If punya is too much, you will be born as the deva. These are the standard models they use. So you have come with papa and punya share. That punya has to be outlived by enjoyment. You enjoy the palace, nothing is going to happen, but never get deluded that you will become fulfilled by that. Similarly, Papa, you completely, what do you call it, outlive by taking the burden of looking after the praja, looking after their welfare. It is not at all easy, it's a very difficult task. So, all these the responsibility and burden of looking after the praja, by that your papas also will be eliminated. Everything will, what is the term, should be not eliminated, it should be equalized also. So by that finally he will leave the throne and become liberated. Mahashano, that means it can never be satiated by giving it the object of enjoyment. So I said that if you go with the clear idea that it is never going to fulfill me, but I would like to enjoy something, after enjoyment you will be free of that. That is how they were leaving the throne and going for Vanaprastha, then to sannyasa, like that. It was not a difficult proposition for them. Dhritarashtra, his name is given Dhritarashtra, who was holding on to the kingdom, holding on to the throne. He refused to go. He was not going because he was blind also. But finally Vidura came and he started abusing him left and right, purposely to send him away. Vidura was a great knower. He started abusing him that you don't have the shame that people who have killed your all 100 sons, you are eating their rice, their anna you are taking. How long will you take? How long will you hold on to this throne which they don't regard you at all, anybody there? Walk off, go away. When are you going to fulfill the great duty of the kings, that leaving the throne and walking away, when you already have a proper fit heir to your throne? There are Uttaradhikaris who are managing it very well. Why should you hang on to the throne? Go. Finally he pushed him and he went with his wife, as well as Kunti Devi also followed. Pandava's mother also followed. All three of them went to Vanaprastha. So he was refusing. But normally the good kings, they used to leave by 45, 50. The only one condition, they should before that select a proper heir to the throne, that is who will be running the kingdom properly, his next Uttaradhikari, his lineage. That has to be fixed. If he doesn't have a good son who will rule the kingdom properly, he has to get somebody else. The son has to be banished. Because of the relationship, the son will create problem for the other person. So in such cases, the son would be banished, as Sagara did. And the other person will be groomed as the crown prince. Then when he becomes fit, the king will walk off. This is our country. This was the tradition. Not holding on, hanging on, anything at all. Leaving. Tyagenaike amritattvamanashuhu. Na prajaya dhanena tyagenaike amritattvamanashuhu. Not by praja, not by wealth, one gets immortality. Only by tyaga one gets immortality. Bhoge roga bhayam kule chuti bhayam. I have it written, I always forget. Bhoge roga bhayam kule chuti bhayam vitte nripalad bhayam mane dainya bhayam bale ripu bhayam रूपे जराया भयम शास्त्रे वादि भयम गुणे खल भयम काये कृतांताद् भयम सर्वं वस्तु भयान्वितं भुवि नृणां वैराग्यमेव भयम सर्वं वस्तु भयान्वितं भुवि नृणां Vairagyameva bhayam. He says, Bhoge roga bhayam. It is Bhartrihari. He was a king. He also left. But he left much earlier, finding that I am not fit to rule the kingdom. That story you know. Swamiji has told so many times. So, he has written that 3 books are there. Vairagya Shatakam, that is 100 verses on Vairagya. Niti Shatakam, 100 verses on codes, moral codes, laws. And Shringara Shatakam, 100 verses on, Shringara means Romance. 100 verses on romance. So, bhoge roga bhayam. Suppose you are clinging to bhoga, enjoyment, then there will be the fear of disease. That if the stomach becomes bad, then you will not be able to enjoy the food. If you have diabetes, then you will not be able to enjoy sweet. It is only when we are clinging to that, not that you will not enjoy food. It is not so. Always, I don't have to say, you should always understand that the trouble is in raga and dvesha, that is clinging to what I like and hating what I dislike. You enjoy food, there is no harm. But we start clinging to that. That is why those who are earlier days suffering from diabetes, they used to stealthily eat rasgulla and other things. Bengalis particularly, they are given to sweet. So from the market, I have seen a person going to the market and eating there, because at home the wife will not allow. So if you become slave to the bhoga, then there will always be roga bhaya, that means fear of disease, that you will not be able to enjoy anymore. The fear lies in clinging to bhoga. Kule chuti bhayam. Suppose you have a very good lineage and you are holding on to the lineage. The second point is very important. In the translation you will find that you are having a good lineage, so there is a fear of losing that. It is not like that. We have to understand deeply to get the correction. Kule chuti bhayam means when you are egoistic about your lineage. हम बहुत बड़े आदमी का बेटा हूँ, मैं बहुत बड़े आदमी का बेटा हूँ. My lineage, this has happened, that has happened, my grandfather was this, my father was this. What are you is not that much to be bothered. You might be a drunkard, but my father was this, grandfather was this, mama was this, all those things. So if you take pride and hold on to your kula, means in your lineage, you boast about your lineage, that means you are holding on to that. Then there is a chuti bhayam, that someday your son may create some wrong. He may not be up to your standard. So you will lose your reputation. That lineage reputation, whatever you are boasting, in the next generation it may be flouted. So that fear will always be that my son will not keep to the prestige of my lineage. Bitte nripalad bhayam. If you have property, wealth, etc., it is in two sense, nripalad bhayam. Those days they will be attacked by the other kings. And here now also it is so that if you create too much of property, the government will confiscate it, or they will put some investigation that how did you get so much money, and you will undergo trouble. So, vitte nripalad bhayam, mane dainya bhayam. When you are holding on to mana, that means prestige, not lineage, but any kind of prestige. You will always have the fear that somewhere, somehow, someday, you may not be respected by people. You may be having prestige somewhere else, but other places you will not have. There are stories for that, but it will take a long time. That when our country, the zamindar was abolished, I think is it related to privy purse? That the zamindara pratha was removed after independence? So then there was, in North Bengal, there was a very good king who used to get good fruits and vegetables for his own praja, his people, from a distance. In wagon full of materials he used to come for feeding his people with the special, some seasonal fruits are not available there, somewhere else. So he will bring those fruits wagon load to feed all his praja. Looking after very well, good king, good zamindar. So when the landlord system was removed by the country, then he lost everything, the property and everything was lost. So he was coming back to Calcutta in a train, and they used to travel with their prestige and all. They used to travel generally, if possible, a separate compartment will be booked or so, and people will be sitting around his own people. Generally nobody will sit by his side. If some Raja is sitting, anybody lower will not sit by his side. They will sit on the other seats, front and all. That much of the respect will be there. So he was traveling like that. In a station, some people got in and they wanted to sit by his side there. They were sitting about to sit there. So the other people said that, no, 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 he is the king of Malda. He is the king of this, I think it is Malda. King of Malda, don't sit there, you please sit in other places are also empty, you can sit there. These people revolted, saying, huh? King? Oh, that has all been abolished. It's past. Now it is not there at all. What is harm? King and we all are all same. He sat by his side there, forcefully sat. Now this king Zamindar got very much affected by the whole thing and what they said. He repeatedly started telling his people that, oh, ami ar jomidar na, jomidari nai re, ami ar jomidar na, I am no more a landlord. Am I no more a landlord? The landlord, all the land, everything is taken away. Nobody will regard me as landlord. He was speaking like this, a little gap, and again he said that, oh, is it so? Is it so? In Shialda, his dead body was brought down. By the time he reached from North Bengal to Shialda station, Calcutta, he became dead. See, this is Mane Dainya Bhayam. That he was so much holding on to his prestige of Zamindari that when it is gone, he became absolutely miserly. Huh? Shocked. Yes. Bale Ripubhayam. When you have lot of power and all, you will be always afraid of the other Gunda party. Like the underworld fight. As much force you have, you will be always afraid of the other person, who will be your Shatru. Rupe Jaraya Bhayam. This I don't have to tell anything. If you hold on, I am beautiful and you are giving makeup, very soon putting makeup, you will look all the more ugly. So if you are, there is no harm, you have Rupa and that is fine, you enjoy the Rupa, but not holding on to is something egoistically and I am beautiful, others are not beautiful. Those things are the main problematic. It is not going to remain with you forever. Soon everything will hang. The cheeks will hang, the throat will wrinkle, everywhere there will be wrinkles. When we were seeing in the TV our Obama's election there, presidential election last time, quite a few years ago. So after the election, commentators will be there, various commentators they are discussing, so we were seeing that in the internet. So two lady commentators, maybe 1 centimeter thick makeup they have put on their, very old commentator. Everything is, all the ribs, all the veins have come out, but they have covered with 1 centimeter thick white paint. And to us it is looking so ugly that we would have better seen the natural face. It would have looked much better. But they make it ugly. That is Jaraya Bhayam, because they don't want to show their Jara, their decay with the old age and all. Actually, old age should make us more beautiful. If our mind is purified, then the old age is more beautiful. We will look also better. You remember of your grandmother and all, how beautiful they looked. They might be 90 years old. It is because of their love they were looking beautiful. Shastre Vadi Bhayam. If you take pride in your Shastra knowledge, scriptural knowledge and all, there will be others who will counter your argument and all. Gune Khala Bhayam. If you have qualities, good qualities and all, there will be somebody to malign you. Just like Anasuya, they said, Asuya wala people will be there to find fault with you. That becomes a fear. I would like to give the example here of our ashram, because some people were, when Swamiji was conducting some movement, many people were against, those whose vested interest were affected. So one night, not one night, quite a few times they did, but midnight they would circulate some printed leaflets scandalizing the ashram. Many things, strange stories about the ashram, what has happened and all that. I mean, saying that the ashram is a brothel and all, so many things. So those leaflets they will put in the house of each, in the village. Now these people who were against us in the fight, They were not belonging to our village at all. So to distribute the leaflet, they were coming from Kodungallur to here, about 30 kilometers away or 40 kilometers away. They were coming in motorcycles and distributing these leaflets in the houses. Why? To next morning they will read, and it's all very bad things about the ashram. So Swamiji got quite about it. Why are they distributing like this? Swamiji has that kind of an innocence also. He will ask everybody, why are they distributing? Why are they so? He calls our pressman who prints our journal, Shastra printers, Gopalakrishnan. He asked Gopalakrishnan, he's a very thoughtful person, that what do you think? Why are these people distributing this? By that, what will happen? By maligning us, what do they gain? Oh, Swamiji, you don't know. They want you to withdraw from the movement. So if they malign you like this, you will feel shocked or you will withdraw from the movement. So they will have their sway over there. So by maligning, they want you to withdraw, because he will become sad and itna sara kalima, they're speaking so ill of it. Why go in for this withdraw? Immediately Swamiji got back his strength. If it is so, I am not going to care about it. Let us go full force. So we will not bother about it. What are they going to say? And I will not read it also, not think about it anymore. So this is gune khala bhayam, kaye kritantad bhayam. If you hold on to your body, then there is the fear of Yamaraja. Death, fear of death. That is also if you are clinging to the bodily enjoyments. Nachiketa has already said that api sarvam jivitam alpameva, that everybody's life is insufficient. The sufficiency of the life does not depend on the span of the life. If you live 50 years, it is insufficient. If you live 5,000 years, then also it will remain insufficient as long as your desires are not fulfilled. You will still like to stay further. So it is by elimination of the desire that your life can become sufficient. So the Kritanta Bhaya will go when the desires have gone. You will embrace life as well as death equally. Sarvam vastu bhayannitam bhuvi nirnam. In this world, for the people, bhuvi nirnam, sarvam vastu bhayannitam. Everything is full of fear. Everything is associated with fear. There is nothing, no gain which is not with fear, except vairagyam eva bhayam. Only abhaya, the abode of fearlessness, is vairagya, means viraga. That means not to cling to anything. It doesn't say that you leave all enjoyment and walk off. You enjoy, but don't cling to anything. Remain impersonal. Apuryamana machala pratishtham samudram apaha pravishanti yadvat tadvat kamahayam pravishanti sarve sa shantim apnoti na kamakami. Like the sea, whatever comes it takes, whatever goes it allows to go. Some waters are filthy, some waters are pure. Let it come. Evaporation, let it go. Like that, tadvat kamahayam pravishanti sarve sa shantim apnoti. Like that, one who takes whatever enjoyable things are coming or other negative things are coming, he is taking in. He attains peace. Sa shantim apnoti. Na kamakami. One who runs after the objects, enjoyable objects, he never gets satisfied. But one who accepts and rejects whatever comes or goes, he attains peace. That is second chapter towards the end. Prabuddham vimuktam vikaradihinam prasannam sada nitya bodhasvarupam param nishchalam nirgunam sarvarupam bhajeham pranomi. Prabuddham vimuktam vikaradihinam prasannam sada nitya bodhasvarupam param nishchalam nirgunam sarvarupam bhajeham sadanusmarami pranomi. Do you like to hear all these verses, or you become depressed?